Namaste everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you what you should be doing if you think you are a light worker. Now, this topic might not be for everyone. You might think, what is a light worker and all that? And I will explain in a way where it kind of makes sense to me. But do your research and do go inward and reflect on who you want to become, and what your life purpose is, to kind of better benefit from all this. My name is Priya. I'm very passionate about sharing positivity and empowering others to live their life to their fullest. We're all creators. We have the capability to create our life the way we want. So let's make it beautiful together. Let's dive in. So in today's topic, I recently watched a video on Master Sri Akashana explaining about becoming a light worker. And I was kind of reflecting on it because I practice pranic healing. So I consider myself a light worker in some ways. But light worker doesn't mean you need to be healing. But it could be that. But at the end of the day, if you think about it, we're all spiritual beings. We have light. All of us have the light. So what do you want to do to kind of acknowledge that and bring that out, and how do you want to use that light to spread that to others? And what I mean by that is, we have this universal energy within us. We're part of the universe. So there's nothing separate. That's part of being oneness, the connectivity. But then each one of us have our own life purpose. We have our individual purpose for being, for taking this life form in this lifetime. So what is it that you need to do to spread your light, in terms of, if healing is part of it, then what do you want to do? Do you want to learn healing? Then the question comes, what kind of healing do you want to do? There's plenty of it. So I would suggest, if you do feel like healing is part of your life and you want to heal others through, not just the Western type of, like being a physician, which is totally good if you want to become a physician, but also there's beyond, healing beyond that, because there's healing for mind, there's healing for body, there's healing for soul, there's healing for past karma, there's healing for all the tragedy that people went through. So there's different types of healing out there, and what sort of healing do you want to deal with? And one thing that I want you to know, that if you want to get into healing, make sure you're a very responsible person, because you need to be responsible, especially if you're dealing with other people's auras and chakras and energies. But do know one thing, when you go into the light work, there's always good and bad. And people often get scared of the bad, but if you focus, the main thing is to have good intention. If your focus is positive energy, like if you ask me if I know how to do dark stuff, I don't. I really don't, and I don't even want to focus on it. My intention is positivity, and my intention is helping others and healing others when I can, because there's so many different things. I look at myself as an instrument. I'm not a healer. I wouldn't consider myself as a healer where I can just, look at someone and heal them. I'm a beginner. I have so much things to learn and so much things to do, so much things to practice. But that doesn't mean a beginner can't do things, because oftentimes what happens, and I have experienced this personally, is we always feel like we are at the beginner stage. And so you'll never take that first step to do the healing, to actually do the practice, if you always feel like you're at the beginning. So sometimes you just have to get out there and do the practice, and do small things where it won't affect anyone, and you just start doing it and you feel more sensitive towards this healing. If you're not into healing, and if this is not for you, then also think about it, that the light within you is still there for a life purpose. So how are you going to use that to make an impact on others, do services to others? So one of the things that I learned from Master Sri Akashana is that I used to think all these social media and all these people that go online and start asking for money for courses and all these things that they do, I used to think, why not teach them for free? Why not, why do you need to make business out of it? So I used to be skeptical about it. But now I realize that one of the things that Master Sri Akarshana was mentioning is that, the tools that people used in ancient times, like when the saints were under the tree, when people came to talk and communicate under the tree, that's the way of life back then, and that's how they impacted the people. Whoever came and talked in that community, then those words kind of spread around, and they learn from that, or they get impacted or influenced by that. But now it's actually ideal to use the tools that are embedded right now. And the tools that we have in this modern society is technology. So there's nothing wrong with using technology to serve others, to spread your love, to spread your light. And sometimes when you think about it, you're like, okay, so you're doing a YouTube video, you can teach about it, you can talk about it. So why do people have private classes to teach something more specific instead of just spreading everything out in the open? Because not everyone's ready for all the information, all the downloads. Sometimes some of the courses you take goes from the basic courses to advanced courses to more advanced. So you need to go step at a time to kind of grow gradually, to let that time to kind of build yourself. And sometimes if you just get to the top, things might be chaotic because you don't know the actual basic. And I'm not just talking about healing, I'm talking about any courses. It's good to go from the basics and get yourself advanced. And that's how these online classes, where you feel like it's a business, but obviously you have to research and see if it's legit or not. Just don't blindly give your money away. But at the same time, you have to know that sometimes only when you give something, you receive. So when you pay for something, then you actually put more effort to attend the classes and listen attentively, versus having something free. Then you might be just eating and watching something as like you're watching a movie, and you might not really get all the information. So sometimes that's why you can be too skeptical, like I used to be, where when people offer something, then you're like, oh, it's a business. Yes, it is a business, but what are they doing to grow that business? Why are they growing that business? You have to look at all those information. And then what are they doing with that money? Are they serving more people? Are they providing to those who needs it more, who doesn't have the privilege as you do? So all these things you have to consider when you're applying for these things. But then at the same time, you can become that person as well. You can become that leader, bring that leadership within you to influence others in a positive way, and bring positivity and spread that love and compassion and peace around the world, which is much more needed than ever right now. So if you're one of those people, you feel like that's you and you want to get there, then I would suggest really start building within yourself all these fear and anxiety that you might have about going on social media, about going live on something where you feel fearful. You just have to get over it. Just do it anyway. It's okay to be afraid of it. Most people are afraid to speak in front of people, and it's okay to be afraid of it. But sometimes that fear kind of gets you. It's okay to have that fear, because that means you care about what you're putting out there. And when you truly care about what you're putting out there, you will be more cautious, and you would teach yourself what's good, and share that knowledge with others. So you're not just randomly rambling, right? So all these things you need to, the first step is to start researching, start looking within yourself to see what your life purpose will look like and what you want to do. And if there are certain things that you're fearful, just go out of the box, like go, as soon as you go out of your comfort zone, you will see that your life purpose will start coming together. So start doing what you need to do. Use the tools that are in this modern world to kind of spread and influence more people. And there's a lot more opportunities now than ever to do that. So use that wisely. We don't know how the future will look like. We don't know how things are going to change. But right now, you can take action for what's good right now. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please click the like button, share this video with others. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and click the notification button, as I'm very determined to creating weekly videos for you guys to empower you to live the best version of you. Until then, namaste.